We all know green veggies are very good for our body, but there aren't a lot of good recipes around green veggies. But in this video, I'm going to show you how you can make a great Indian recipe using fresh fenugreek. I'm quite sure you will love the taste of this recipe. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Let's start with a bunch of fenugreek or fresh methi. I bought this bunch from Walmart, and as you can see, this is not very fresh and it has a lot of stems, so we have to clean it. Firstly, I have removed all the stems and we are going to use the leaves only. But these leaves are very dirty, so we have to clean this at least 3 to 4 times. I will dip these leaves in fresh water. And you can already see my water is extremely dirty here. Change your water at least 3 to 4 times and clean these fenugreek leaves really well. Next, I will take 1 onion, few cloves of garlic, 2 green chillies, but these green chillies are optional. Now let's chop our onion here. I'm going to dice these onions into smaller pieces. Next, I will use a garlic press, but this is optional and you can simply chop the garlic. I will also cut the green chilies. Next, I am going to use 4 potatoes. I am using medium sized potatoes here. We will cut these potatoes into smaller pieces. So once you cut all of your potatoes, you have to wash it, and let's start the cooking process. I will start with some vegetable oil. Since this is a dry vegetable, so use more oil. Now I will use 1 dry red chili. Next goes 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds. As you can see, my cumin seeds have started popping, so I will use the onions, garlic and green chili. After around 5 minutes of cooking, you can see my onions have started changing their color. So I will include the potatoes now. You just have to mix all of this well and cover it so that your potatoes can be cooked from inside. So while my potatoes are cooking, let's go back to our fenugreek leaves. I have washed my fenugreek leaves really well, and now I'm going to cut these leaves. You can actually skip this cutting part and just use the whole leaf, but just to keep the size of these leaves consistent, I'm going to cut all of these. I'm just roughly chopping this, and you can do the same. I have tried to cut all of these leaves, so these are ready to be used. Let's get back to our potatoes. Just be sure your potatoes are not sticking to the bottom of your pan. Let's add some spices now. First, I will add 1.5 teaspoon of white salt. All the salt you are going to add to this recipe goes at this stage. Next, I will add 1 teaspoon of coriander powder. Next goes around half a teaspoon of turmeric powder. Next goes half a teaspoon of red chili powder. You can actually adjust this red chili powder as per your spice level tolerance. Next goes half a teaspoon of cumin powder. Now let's mix all of these spices. Since everything is extremely dry, so I am going to add a bit of water here. This water is just to protect our spices from burning. So let's mix our spices really well now. Next, I will add the fenugreek leaves now. You just have to mix your fenugreek leaves really well, and now we have to keep it on heat until everything is cooked properly. So let's cover our pan now and let it cook. Keep checking your pan after every few minutes. You don't want your potatoes to stick to the bottom of the pan. I'm going to cover it again and let it cook for 5 more minutes. So after around 5 minutes, you can see my potatoes are cooked properly. You can actually check your potatoes just like this, and if they are soft enough, your recipe is ready to be enjoyed. Now just to end, I am going to add half a teaspoon of garam masala. You can also check the salt at this stage. My dish have the perfect salt, so it's ready to be consumed. As you can see, this recipe is extremely easy, and we all know green vegetables are really good for us. So you should try this recipe at home. I think there are very few Indian recipes where we use fenugreek leaves. This is a must-try recipe for every Indian food lover. You can actually enjoy this recipe with yogurt and it will taste really good. Now, if you don't like fenugreek, don't worry. I have made some other Indian recipes which you can check out here, and don't forget to leave a like on this video. See you guys in the next video. Goodbye.